Hi there, my name is Gautam and I'm on the operations team here at Uber. Have you ever wondered how your acceptance rate is calculated? Let's break it down in just under a few minutes. But first, what is the acceptance rate? It is the percentage of all the requests you've accepted out of all the requests you received. This includes both rides and deliveries. So for example, if you receive 100 exclusive offer requests and you accept 70, that means your acceptance rate is 70%. So why does your acceptance rate matter? Well, there are a few factors. When you decline trip requests, things slow down. Riders have to wait longer, Uber Eats customers get their orders late, and you might end up driving further to pick up new riders or deliveries. On top of that, your acceptance rate will also affect your eligibility for Uber Pro or Uber Eats Pro status, which unlocks rewards when you reach Gold, Platinum, or Diamond tiers. Check the app to see your city's requirements. Now let's talk about how your acceptance rate is calculated. Uber uses something called the look-back window, which is a set number of requests that are counted. In the United States, we count the last 100 requests. So for example, if you accepted 70 out of the last 100 trip requests you received, that means your acceptance rate is 70%. Now, the way that the look-back window works is that when you accept or decline new requests, it replaces the 100th oldest request from your look-back window. I like to think about it like a conveyor belt on a manufacturing plant. There are 100 widgets on a conveyor belt. When one widget comes off the belt, it is replaced by a new one. Keep in mind that the factors that hurt your acceptance rate include both actively declining requests or letting them expire. As a reminder, trip radar requests do not count against your acceptance rate. Let's look at some examples to see how your acceptance rate changes when you accept or decline requests. Here's an example where you accept a new request and it replaces a declined request. Let's say your acceptance rate is 85%. That would mean that you have accepted 85 out of your last 100 trip requests. If you now accept a new request and your oldest request was a decline, then you now have accepted 86 out of your last 100 requests, which means your acceptance rate would go up to 86%. Now let's talk through an example where you accept a new request and it replaces an accepted request. Let's say your acceptance rate is 86%. If you accept a new request and your oldest request was an accept, then your acceptance rate will remain the same at 86%. They cancel each other out, so your acceptance rate does not change. What happens if you decline a new request? Let's talk through an example where a decline replaces a declined request. Now, if you decline a request and your oldest request was also a decline, then your acceptance rate stays the same again. They cancel each other out and your acceptance rate does not change. And then finally, let's look at an example where a decline replaces an accepted request. Let's say your acceptance rate is 86% and you decline a new request. If your oldest request was an accept, that means you now have accepted 85 out of your last 100 requests. So your acceptance rate goes down to 85%. In other words, a decline has replaced an accept, so your acceptance rate goes down. So as you can see, each time you either accept or decline a request, it can either help or hurt your acceptance rate. Small changes can really make a big impact. And now you know how it works. You can check your acceptance rate in the driver app by tapping on the menu icon and then tapping on your profile picture. Here, you'll find your acceptance rate, cancellation rate, and other ratings all in one place. Thank you for watching and drive safely.